Hey everyone, how is it going? Welcome to week 3 of the live stream as we are getting started. It is great to have many of you guys here. This one will be much shorter than last week's, whatever that was we played Grudge Ball. So, don't worry about that. We are going to chill out a little bit. We're going to be playing Gimkit, as I mentioned in the emails. And actually, we're probably going to play it twice as we go through to get started. So you do not miss anything. We are just getting started, okay? So you do not miss anything. Welcome to the live stream. A few quick things that you need to know as we get started. First of all, I posted a link in the chat that gives a check-in. And so if you guys want to look, it was at 2:54. I dropped it. I'll do it one more time. See if this works here. There is the check-in form. If you guys could fill that baby out real quick just to see, if you see that in the chat, you can just quick check in to see who is with us today as we are looking at that. So far, I will peek at that just to see who's all with us. We have a pretty close race after last week, which is pretty sad for those top teams that were doing spectacular after week 1, and then week 2 came along. Although Colorado with team 720 is remaining in the lead currently. And so that is kind of where we are at today. We're going to be playing 2 rounds of Gimkit today. It looks like, as I'm looking at the responses to who is all with us, that a bunch of you are here, which is great. And it seems as though our largest team here with us today are kind of 3 teams. It looks like 281 has a pretty decent showing today as we are looking at who is all here. They have the largest showing, 281. 281 currently is from, looking at the chart, Texas. So way to go, Texas. Welcome to the live stream today. So we are looking at that. Another large team that we have with us today is 913, which is one of the Appleton teams. So good job. We just did a Google Hangout right before this just to say hello and check on in as we are doing distance learning. So that is some of the teams that are represented today as people are filling this baby out and filling that in. It also gives me a little bit of a say of which empires at the bottom here. You could vote for 5. Technically, you could vote for as many as you wanted, but just wanted to see which empires you guys felt the most and least comfortable with. And so far, that is just kind of guiding where we're going to kind of spend some time when we do some review eventually in this as well. So let's get to the game in. So we're going to play Gimkit today. And how that is going to work for you, I have so many buttons open here. All right, so how that's going to work for you today is I'm going to start here. You're going to join. You want to make sure when you join that you are using your username for all the games. So that starts with your team number, so 222, and then your first name, just so that we can easily track and give points to you like we've been doing the last 2 weeks. So make sure you join the game that way. If you've never played Gimkit before, which is possible for many of you, you want to make sure that when you're playing this game, the goal is to get the most amount of money possible. I sent kind of a link about how this works, but and so when you are playing, you have the option to continue to a new question once you get it correct, or shop. When you shop, you get options to multiply your winnings. You have the option to buy insurance in case you don't get one right. You have the option, I forget some of them, there's multipliers and other items that are on there that you can do. Now, every time you buy something, your numbers go down for those that have not played before. There are also at the bottom of the screen power-ups. Power-ups can let you target specific people in the game as well. If you want to use those are on for this as well. So we're going to play once, just give it a go and go from there. And then we're going to do it a second time. So points are going to be available for everybody both times on an individual basis, but then I'm going to organize them, and who's all here will be able to win the points is basically how it'll work. So regardless if you're not in the top ones, you still can gain points for your team. As we see 720 still in the lead from Colorado, followed up by 516. 516 is from another Texas team. 222 is from Texas as well. 281. I'm seeing a trend here. I feel like 281 is going to be Texas too. Texas as well, it looks like. Man, Texas has second place through fourth place. 202 then is going to be our East Coast team. Massachusetts, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. And then 333, we'll stop there, is kind of our the Southwest, Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico, Utah area. So those are some of the top teams as we start off 1 through 6 right now. So let's play the game. Here we go. I'm going to hit continue. You're going to see on your screen in just a second the Gimkit, and then you can join on in. Okay, so you're going to go to gimkit.com/play, and then you're going to enter this code with, your name. So good to see you all here today. 222 isn't New Jersey? Is 222. You're New Jersey. Sorry, 222. I misspoke. 222. Oh, you are totally right. Well, 222 is Massachusetts, New Jersey, and mostly New Jersey. You are correct. Massachusetts, New Jersey, Pennsylvania are on team 222. Let's give some love there to 222. Nice work. All right. So that is where we are on the leaderboard tonight. We're going to play this game and see how she goes, okay? Lots of things that are showing up on here. I am going to move my screen a little bit to make it show up a little bit different on yours. Maybe even more. There we go. A little bit different. So, there we go. That's what I want it to look like. So, welcome to the game today. I hope you guys are having a good day. Here in Wisconsin, it's a bit chilly. I went upstairs after my Google Meet and got my vest because I'm freezing. In Wisconsin today, it is a whopping 35 degrees outside. I don't know what that is in Celsius. I'm sorry. Math is not my strong suit. That probably is pretty easy to figure out. 0, roughly. So we are cold here. And then my husband's like, because we don't have the heat on in the house. So we turned it on, and so we're doing all right here. This is going to be a pretty individual game as we go on through here. You'll be able to see the leaderboard on the live stream, but you'll be able to do this in your own tab as we go through this. And then we will play, again, it's only a 10-minute game. So the faster you go and the more you get correct, the better that you will do along the way. Okay? So great to see so many of you guys with us today as we're kind of hanging out. Hopefully you also, I don't know if you celebrate Easter or if you have Easter candy at your house. It is a disaster over here. I have a 2-year-old, and there is so much sugar in our house that we need to get rid of it. I'm ready to just give it away because I don't need to eat any more of it. So, all right, I think that we are mostly in. It kind of slowed down here. I'm going to just type in here the code. Long time no see. This is true. Gimkit.com/play. And then the code is 70033. All right. Probably should have put the www before that. Okay, here we go. Are you guys ready? Let us play the game. May the best individuals win. Good luck as we go. Here you go. Game 1. I'm going to turn that music down though. So here we have started. Again, these are on our Unit 4. Unit 3. I'm working on Unit 4. Unit 3 is the correct unit that we are on. I'll give you every minute updates because there's not much for me to do while you guys are playing. I have 9 minutes to go currently. Morgan is in the lead with 478. 281, 635 was up there in third place. We have a 720 from Colorado in the top 3, but that moves very quickly. So good luck. Looks like a lot of people are choosing to upgrade their multiplier to level 2, and some are doing a streak bonus as well. At the 8-minute mark, it just changed, 8-minute mark. We have someone from 333. It moved so quickly. And then someone back from my school. Appleton West players at the top. Callie was up there right now. So there you guys go. Just let it go. Seven minutes, 281 Kelly is in the lead, currently, followed by Callie back in the lead. The top 2 people are out in the $600 mark, just so you guys see that as I was clicking through a few of those. But we've got a lot of time. This 6,000 is overall, so if you are nowhere near 6,000, that's good. If you're not doing it right, it's just the first round. This is the warm-up, maybe we'll call it. Six-minute mark. As we are looking here, Callie is in the lead currently and remains in the lead, followed by 281 Kelly, 281 David. $281 is from Texas, as we were talking before. 333 in third place. That's lots of threes there from the Southwest. 2 of our 913s in the top 3, guys. These are some Appleton West friends. Officially at the halfway place where we are right now. 5 minutes remaining. Seeing that people are upgrading to some level 3s and level 4s for streak bonuses and some multipliers if you haven't bought anything. Saw a tip to know what number you need to get to before you can upgrade, before you keep wasting time going back and forth. So there's a tip. Four-minute mark we are about at. Still in the lead is Callie from 913. 281 Kelly. 333 Angus jumps to the lead. right now. See some changers here, guys. Nice job there. Callie retains the lead and comes on back. Callie, David, Angus, Kelly, Claire, the top 5 right now. Don't know if anyone's used any power-ups. I haven't seen them, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. It goes very fast. Check some numbers here. Callie has a lot of money. Callie all of a sudden has nine. Oh gosh. Okay, it keeps moving. 9,000, 7,000, and 5,000 are the top 3 that we are seeing right now for numbers. Does that give away some of the secrets? I don't know. Ooh, Callie got blurred, and so did David. So they're on a timeout, if you will. They can't see their screens for a little bit. Appleton's representing in the top 3 because we are getting up here. Alan, I don't know if you're from east or north, but he is in 3rd place, and we have 2 913s at the top right now, guys. It's more impressive because I've never actually played this in my classroom. So, 140 left to go, everyone. 140. Totally pushed a button I didn't want to push. 1 minute left, everyone. 1 minute left. Whew. The 30-second mark, everyone. 30 seconds in just a second or so. Ten seconds, roughly. All right, here we go. For our top 3 we have here, it's a very close game, guys. First place goes to Callie on Team 913 from Appleton West. Second place is 281, one of our Texas group. If you're going to throw in the chat where you guys are actually from in Texas. And then third place, Angus with third place, obviously, 3 through 3, which we said just before was from the southwest area, either Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico, or Utah as we went through this. So throw in the chat how that went. Nice job to everyone. I'm going to pull the data real quick as we kind of went on here. Somehow, Callie, that's a big score. $138,000. If that was only real money, right? So nice job. With others behind them, if we saw she's using a whole bunch of, it's all right if you did terrible. It was our first time. We're going to play it again. I think sometimes you need the warm-up game, right? So we'll look at that. In just a second, we will play again. Lots of clapping. I don't know what that number does, but we'll just let it keep on going. So if you've never played Gimkit, I'd love to hear what you guys thought. You joined at the last second. That stinks. Okay, so whatever you thought, I'd love to hear about it in the chat. And what first time if you played this before or not. Callie, what's your secret? I think she's just using those shopping and using the multipliers, I think is what some of her secrets. She can answer though. So it's up for you guys. Some of you guys did not go as well. Another little, some people call this like the Kahoot on steroids. So it is newer. The tricky thing for teachers is we can only create so many accounts or so many games before we have to pay for it. So while Kahoot is free, after so many games, you have to pay for this. And I have not paid for it. And so that is what's going on here. So I hope I am better at investing money than this game. I never know if you should buy or when you should just keep going, right? But I think some of the secret is using those multipliers and streak bonuses if you feel confident with that. Insurance if you don't feel confident on some of the questions. So there we go. I'm going to pull up really quickly on my other computer and talk you guys through this a bit of how we did and what questions that we seem like we're doing not so great on before we go and do this again. Okay, so you get to play one more time today. As we kind of went through, which is going to be a much quicker game than last week. So, some of the data from playing our game that we just did here. Let's look here. Unit 3. I'm going to look at the reports to see how we just did. We have 102 players that played today. And we can kind of do the question breakdown as we're going through them. So, I wish I could pull this a little bit differently, but that's okay. So we are averaging on some of these that we are not doing so great. I'll kind of go from the ones we did not the greatest on. We did pretty terrible here. So if you guys were looking for the military leader of the Manchus, as I was looking at your check-in, when we are looking at the Qing Dynasty, you guys didn't think this was your worst area. That's not where most people wrote basically every African region that was listed there, Songhai, Ashanti, Congo, and Ndongo as your weakest areas. Now, I will tell you this as you're reviewing. Those were all in the video that I posted this week, but it is a doozy. I did say that a lot, I know. But those four, you don't need to know, like, the same amount you would need to know about them as you know about, like, the Ottomans or the Mughals. Like, no joke, every test in the past when we had multiple choice always, I think, spent a lot of time on Ottoman and Mughal, okay? So those you gotta know. And I would still know them because of this, okay? Then the ones that you guys are ranking the highest is the least familiar, guys. The closest ones were Congo and Ndongo is the most, or the least, I don't know, whatever you want to say, the least known about ones, okay? But again, you don't need to know as much about those as you would those other ones, so it's okay. But you did rank the Qing as not one of your, greatest ones, and that is one that you guys did poorly on a little bit, just knowing the military leader being Narachi, which is in the Quizlet deck. Founder of the Ming Dynasty, then, you guys didn't do so great on either, which would be Hong Wu. Okay, so Hong Wu, he's the guy that came along and thought basically that there was like a kind of a coup kind of going to happen, and he killed basically anyone that was connected to it. So that's Hong Wu. Kind of legalistic. You kind of feel a little like, even though Confucianism was brought back with the Ming, we've seen throughout Chinese history that even with Confucianism, we see some really strict legalistic ideals that kind of come about. And Hong Wu, for sure, as the first leader of the Ming, as it got rid of Mongol influence, does that as well. So that's one. The divine faith is the kind of the syncretic or the blend of religious beliefs with Akbar in the Mughal Empire. Soldiers in the Safavid are the Ghulam, Janissaries are in the Ottoman, okay? That is also, if you guys watch Heimler, I don't know if there's any Heimler fans out there. Big fan of Heimler's history, but he talks about that in one of his videos in this unit as well. So there you guys go. As we keep going, and some of these that you guys did not do great on, this is going from the worst to better. Also, a lot of these Chinese names are things that you would probably want to study as well. I don't know what's all going on in the chat over here. Also, as you guys are not doing so good, 12er Shi'ism is going to be also... Do I need to mute somebody? What is happening up here? That's something else. What is going on? So, I can't read and talk at the same time. So we're going to play the game and again. So, I'm just going to mute some people, right? Time out there. I don't know who else is talking. So, and this person's on a timeout for now. I don't know what's happening. Okay, there you guys go. So, as we're reviewing, Ming Emperor, again, one of those areas is Yongle. Looks like Yongle. I was looking at some things up about how to pronounce it. So, Yongle. Again, Third Rome, looking at Moscow. Tokugawa Iemitsu is going to be the one that passes the Seclusion Act that keeps basically people out. Silence, if you haven't seen it as a movie, I kind of mentioned that. There's that. So, just so you guys know. And then there's just more terms. We see that in Russia, they have their kind of secret private army of Ivan the Terrible. Zheng He then is, like you said, Daniel, the navigator that is going to be sponsored by our dear friend and Emperor Yongle. Or Yongle if we're very Wisconsin. Okay? So those are some of those big ones as we look through here. The Ashanti Kingdom, I think, is awesome, and that comes back up in the later unit. So that, I know I was muting people like crazy on there. Actually, it was only 2 people. It just looks like it's a lot. So there's a few in there that maybe you didn't learn about in your class, like Matteo Ricci. I think that we've all talked probably about Marco Polo and Ibn Battuta before, but again, you might not be familiar with some of the Jesuit is Catholic missionaries that are then going to be going especially into East Asia, like Japan, and into China as well. And Silence, again, that movie will... Did anyone see Silence before? What is happening? I am going to... if you guys are looking at these, just know that Silence is a crazy movie, and we'll go from there. Yeah, really. Time out. I could just block them, couldn't I? So, as we are going here, these are some of the things that you want to review as you go through them. The deck is where it's at. We are going to play another game. If anyone in the chat wants to throw in how many questions, I don't know how many questions most of you even got to. If I should give you guys more than 10 minutes of time, or if 10 minute, yes, your ranking is by how many dollars you get in the game. Okay, so I have no idea what the claps do. So, it's not KJ. Okay, I just keep looking at the chat. All right, so some of those things that you guys are looking at as you review the terms is just names. Now, again, the biggest thing to know about these terms are things, these are going to be things you use in evidence, especially for this year's test. You want to be thinking of ways that you can bring in outside evidence. So, as you're looking at that, just kind of be prepared and know the big stuff, and don't go down the rabbit hole of knowing like minute details as you're going there, okay? So, the biggest things are some of these just vocab for the big things. Luckily, you guys are not doing terrible on the big questions here. A lot of them are just names, especially with things in East Asia. So, if you guys want to do some studying, I think that's where you guys should spend your time as you go through here. So does it recycle questions? We're just going to do 10 minutes again. I'm going to pull the leaderboard as we looked at this and break that baby down. We are at a 66% accuracy overall from the last game. We're going to see if we can do that a little bit better, especially because we reviewed those. And overall, that is where we're at. So let me set up the second game here as we're about to play here. I don't know what all these claps are still going, okay? So what I'm going to do is go back in here, and we are going to play this baby again. With 89 questions, it does mean you repeat, so that's good to know. Okay, so you guys can join back in. I think this is working in a second. Where you guys can join in for our second round, which means you guys do repeat. That's what I want to know, because there's 70-some terms. If you guys are that many, that means you do that more. So join on into the game. You can manage the chat a little bit closer. 81548. Put your name. Make sure that you guys have your team number first. Otherwise, I won't be able to give you the points that you earn by the end. Good to see so many of you guys back week after week. Next week's game and unit is going to be on Unit 4, which is going to be Maritime Empires, or Transoceanic Interconnections, as they call it. Very excited. I'm writing it right now about telling you guys about it. Sounds so funny, but the sausage races at Miller Park is going to make an appearance in the next video. That sounds crazy, and you have no idea what that is unless you're from Wisconsin. So that, I was just trying to talk about the big 5 empires and who was leading the way. It's going to be an analogy I use in the next video. I cut so much stuff from the last unit. Lots of people are saying hello to Grady. So, people are joining in. We're about at 80 people in here. Who's Grady? Grady, you're Grady. Guys, you can draw as you're waiting. So, all right. People are mostly in. I'm just going to throw in the chat in case someone comes late that they can find our code. 81548. All right. We are about ready to get started. Good luck. May the best team, or individuals rather, win in this one. Again, it'll take me some time to run the reports, but I'll see what I can do as we go from here. Nice job, you guys. There's 2. We're going to play one more time. It's the same deck. So it's getting real now because we are reviewing and going over this. Someone is in the... My husband just let me know that someone's in the game with your name, which is definitely from my class. Okay, Grady from a different class. We've got multiple Gradys here. All right, guys, here we go. Good luck. The game has started. Logan, you're in the lead for right now. Logan's been here most weeks because I remember that name. There are 2 Gradys. Shout out everyone. Callie's back in the lead already. Grady's, you need to stop chatting because you're not going to be able to answer questions. I missed the 9-minute check-in, but at 9 minutes, Claire and Callie and Emmy were at the top 3. We have 2 913s in the top 2 right now. At 8 minutes in, Emmy's in the lead, followed by Claire and Callie, and Callie just retook the lead here. All right, 7 minutes, and from Team 333, Angus is in the lead. And that changed already, but that's where we were. 864 are in places 1 and 2. We are just doing the GIM kits today, so there is nothing after this. So this is the last approximately 7 minutes of this live stream as we are going here today. I don't know. Grady, I'm going to mute you guys pretty soon if you guys don't get back to studying. The 6-minute mark. Emmy is in the lead from 864, around $8,000. $5,000 in second place. Callie currently is at 3622. Doing a little review for AP World History. Almost at the halfway place with 5 minutes to go. Team 333, Angus is in the lead until he just bought something. So, I don't know what just happened. 864 Emmy, 913 Claire, 913... I just messed it up. Callie and Claire, second and third place. Nice job, guys. See a lot of multipliers and upgrading to level 3s and 4s here. Streak bonuses. Some are using the insurance. 4 minutes. Emmy's in the lead. Angus and then Claire. Got some 281ers in 4th and 5th place. Shout out to my family who's watching upstairs. Hi, Lincoln. Hi, Joe. Getting down to the 3-minute mark, everyone. Emmy, Angus, Callie, David, Claire. Top 5 right now. Feel like our total money in this game is much higher than last game. We're almost to the 2-minute mark. See some blurring happening of David. We got some subtractions from Callie. One of those power-up moves. at 2 minutes. Angus from Team 333 is now in second place. Emmy took the lead again, 9:13. Callie's in fourth place with David in third place now. All right, final minute. Emmy in first place. David dropped down a bunch. I think they bought something. We'll see. Emmy, Callie, Logan. Angus now in third. So the final home stretch, everyone. $1.5 million overall today in this game. 10 seconds remaining, roughly. People are icing and subtracting. We're going to see how this final goes here. And game over. Here's our top three. First place goes to 864 Emmy. 864 as we're looking at our teams here. 864 is from one of the Carolinas. Let us know in the comments if you want to say which one, north or south. Second place goes to David from 281. 281, like we said before, is one of our Texas teams. And Callie, once again, on the leaderboard. Very stressful. I'm sorry that was stressful. As we have it. Logan just missed the top ones here. Logan, Allen, again, as well here. Is up there. And then we see that there was some Claire dropped down to about 10th place. We have a little Lily, Fatima, Kelly. Nice job, guys. All in the top 10 people as we are going there. So we're going to we don't need to be so mean about things here. We're going to just put that person in a timeout too. All right. So as we are going on with this. So, thanks, guys, for joining us today. This makes Kahoot look like nothing. This is a different game. I don't know if you guys like it or not, but thanks for playing. We want to try something a little bit different than a Kahoot. You guys have played many a Kahoots, but you have not played many of these. So thanks for joining us. Again, I would look at the Quizlet to review some more terms. Next week, like I said, we're going to be going to Unit 4, which again is concurrent to this one. So all these empires that we are learning about in this game are going to still be around. And then next week, we're going to be talking about maritime empires, or basically empires from Europe that established overseas. So that is what is going on. And so I hope you guys have a good week. Again, the new video will drop on Monday in the Quizlet deck and the notes sheet as we go through this. So thank you for tuning in, and as we recovered from the really long game last week. I will update scores. It's going to be a little bit more work just because I'm going to have to manually do some of that. So thanks for joining. Tune in next time. It was good seeing you guys all. Keep reviewing. Use all this extra time you have. I know it's hard to be motivated as we're all kind of hanging out at home. So there you guys have it. We will switch it up. I don't know what game we're going to play next week, but we're going to do some skill stuff in the future as we get ready for the DBQ style test that's coming along in the future. So thanks for joining, guys. Have a great week. We'll see you next time. I'll email out the results from this. See ya.